So I find it very, very weird that Bay paid a rent sometime last week and has not gotten a receipt. Now, I find it funny how the landlord lady couldn't pull up to collect rent. So she sent the owner to collect rent. And then Bay is like, don't trip, this and that and the third. I called him so that he could pull up and pick up the rent. I'm like, well, if he's the fucking owner, why the fuck doesn't he carry receipts so that when he collects payment, he can give you a fucking receipt? Now, if the shit stays like that, next month you might get a little form talking about backed up rent. But you know you paid rent. I know you paid rent, but where the fuck is the receipt? He's talking about, oh, yesterday he was talking about, oh, um, she's gonna bring it. Okay, what time? Because all day yesterday it was raining, all day today it's raining, all day tomorrow it's gonna be raining. So when the bitch gonna pull up with the fucking receipt? And then I'm like, wait, you paid rent. I have cash. Why didn't you ask me for the cash so that you didn't have to take out from the fucking ATM so that you could have been able to transfer the value of the cash into my account? Now tell me if that makes sense. Why the fuck do I still have to pay $20 just to go to a fucking ATM or to the fucking bank when you have the money right there sitting in your account and it could be transferred to mine free? And if the cash that I had here wasn't enough, all you have to do was take out a little bit. But at least by the time you're at the bank, if you didn't want to do it that route, I could have gave you the cash. You could have deposited back into your account or into mine, and this, that, and the third. Because you're already there. So it's not like you're overspending cab money. You're already there. So now we gotta make a trip to the fucking bank or to the ATM when you were already there. This past week, you were there. I have to get there. I have to spend $20 on cab just to get there, but you were already there and didn't tell me. And then this is the same person talking about we should have a joint account. Hmm, hmm, hmm. I don't appreciate how when I'm borrowing money, the same money he's giving me, he ends up borrowing it, and it's like, well, if it's stuff for the house, deduct, have a budget, because I'm getting confused. And then when I have a certain amount, if that's the amount I want to fucking deposit into my account, now the following week it's not that amount, it's a different amount, and I'm not trying to go through that. I'm really not trying to go through that. Um, just like with my fucking prenatals at the fucking pharmacy. I called today. It's been like 2, 3 weeks now. Like 2.5 weeks now, and I'm like, well, damn. The last time I spoke to the pharmacy, I forgot to ask, well, how much will the pills be out of pocket? And so, we've been arguing about that because initially we was gonna purchase some prenatals. My mother already purchased prenatals, and they're a different brand. I wanted to continue the brand I was initially taking, which are these. Um, but I ran out, and so my mother got me some different pills. I'm not sure what brand. Um, But I'm like, okay, I don't know when she's gonna pull up. So if I need to continue taking pills, I might as well continue what I was already taking. And when I do get the pills that she brings me, I'll start taking it then, or by then I'll be breastfeeding or whatnot. And then I'm like, maybe I'm not even gonna take them. Maybe she could save them. And since then, I'm like, why did you purchase these? You should have purchased the one I was taking and all of that. Kind of find out, I got a cousin that's pregnant. So that probably wasn't even for me. But whatever. And I'm just like, why wouldn't the person that initially told me that my medical coverage didn't cover the prenatals. Why didn't that person initially tell me the cost out of pocket? Come to find out, it's just like about $5. About $5. So we've been stalling and arguing and all this and that over $5 fucking. Okay. So I'm supposed to be having an appointment coming up. I have to schedule an appointment, so I might as well wait until that appointment and pick them up then. I don't know, or when I'm in that area, I'll stop by. But it's really draining to know I have to spend $20 just to travel back and forth. And it's crazy. I don't even know where the fuck they sell Metro cards out here. It's not like in New York where you walk up 2, 3, 4 blocks, there's a train station. It's like I don't know. I know I hear the Metro North sometimes, but honestly, that's not where I would get a fucking Metro card. That's where I would pay Metro North fare off the machine. But other than that, I don't know where the fuck they sell Metro cards. The check cashing spots out here, they're not like New York check cashing spots where you could possibly get you a Metro card. Most likely get you a Metro card there. Um, I don't know. I gotta ask where I usually go uh at the check cashing spot. But when you pull up to the check cashing spot in New York, they have the Metro card photo on the fucking window. So they sell, or at the door, that in that establishment they sell Metro cards. So it's always cabs. It's always cabs. Now, back in New York, if I can get there by walking, I'm walking. If I get tired, I hop on the bus. You can hop on the bus. If you don't got fare, you just gotta hop on the bus. Um, but it's like out here, I don't know. Maybe when it gets nicer, I'll start walking and figure out where is what and what's what and whatnot. But it's different because I'm in a new city. I don't know. I don't want to bump into weird crowds and weird people that I don't like going nowhere without Bay. And I feel like if he makes it to these points, why not update me? Why not let me know? Now everything is, well, you don't have your phone on. Well, you don't answer. Well, you don't respond. Okay, I'll give you that. But if you know on the day you went to work that morning, if you knew you was gonna pay rent and you knew the money was in the account, you knew you was gonna go to the ATM. I don't know why you didn't tell me. And that's where shit is really getting annoying. That's when I'm like, where's my financial aid? What's going on? What's going on now? I'm pretty sure they received my money order last week because I received the money order that I sent for my ID renewal, and I got that shit back because I'm supposed to be a New York resident in order to renew my New York ID, which is something I already knew, but I just figured that they wouldn't need to know that I moved. Um, so I gotta get the state ID here, and I already applied for my medical coverage, and hopefully the next step is learning how to fucking drive. Learning how to fucking drive. I'm working on my credit. Um, Hopefully I could register in May. Hopefully I can give birth on time, and hopefully I'm not. I'm filling up to still studying and continuing my studies and whatnot. Like I'm not gonna let that phase me like it has done in the past. Um, and so yeah, we making moves. And so as far as my family members, sure, make moves, do what you gotta do, but don't try to involve me in it when you haven't been involving me in shit. Just keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. As far as my mother is she's always the middle person, and I want her to stop being the fucking middle person. Um, I want her to enjoy her new youth. I want her to enjoy her new youth, to enjoy her grandkids, but I also want her to know her limits when it comes to fucking with me, because I'm a very delicate, sensitive person, whether you want to believe it or not. I don't got time anymore for the bullshit. I feel like the bullshit has kept me hidden and depressed and in a negative state of mind for way too long. And I feel like if you're trying to be involved in my new life and you don't understand that by now, then you just need to stay away. Um, and that's all I can say. Um, as you all know, I cannot stand my kid's father. Um, and I don't want to keep taking that out on my kids because eventually that's what they're gonna think, that I'm taking it out on them, and I don't want that. But I'm not gonna keep forcing a a relationship renewal with them, and they're not really giving a fuck. They just really thinking what they can get out of it, and being how could I call it, like low key sugar babies. Like no, like no. And it would be sad if my new kid doesn't have a relationship with their older brothers. That would be whack. And honestly, if I was in a different state of mind, I would be more hurt because they're like choosing their other sibling over the new sibling. But we're not about to do that. Like we're not about to go through that. Um, that's whack to me. That's mad corny to me. Um, and as far as the way I raise them, if they do decide to not have a relationship with my new kid, I feel like that's just being hypocrite to each other because I didn't raise you guys like that. The reason why you're the way you are is because I raised you to respect and love your younger brother. And so I don't understand why you wouldn't reciprocate that into the new human being, you know, the new life, the new youngin or whatnot. So I just feel like those are things I wanted to vent about today. I'm not sure if I mentioned it already. I wanted to do an update on that whole hip hop news stuff. Um, it's kind of died down a little bit on my end as far as what I was researching and shit like that. But like, let me briefly say, I really think it's like low key subliminals. The only thing I still wouldn't understand is why take it that far as like, I don't know whether it's photoshopped or actual footage or actual audio just for subliminals. Like I never, never uh seen that on the internet before. Because I was thinking, one of the celebrities, as far as their ex, what could be going on there, and as far as the other one, a celebrity from the same city as him, and what could that mean if it was subliminals, like Battle of the Sexes kind of subliminals and shit like that. But I feel like that's taking it too far because you have images and audio, and you have testimonies from too many people. And so I don't know, but I think that's real ironic, real ironic. But I think I want to leave the topic alone also. Um, but I don't know. Maybe I'll make a little short video on my theories of what I think might really be happening. Um, I do know that when shit like this hits the fan, it usually makes hip hop a little better. I don't know if it's that they're chefing up new artists or but every time there's a little switch in the industry, something is there's a surprise somewhere. There's something going on. I just don't understand why all of a sudden it's these big hitters that are dying. Basically their image is dying, their image is being tainted. I don't know if it's part of the industry weird shit that be going on, but I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know. I really don't know. It's actually disturbing if I think too much about it, so I'm just not. um but yeah, that's something I gotta think about if I want to do that video or not. I think I am, but just maybe not today. Maybe sometime this week, tomorrow, some shit. Um, Yeah. Make sure you get your screenings and your vaccines. This weather is crazy.